Thank you for your response to yesterday's emergency situation. We're potentially losing, well, we are going to lose our highest rated centre-back, George Taft. So, we need a new centre-back, whether that be someone to buy in January or loan in January to then replace next year. I've got a number of options here that I'm going to look at. I'm sticking to domestic options because we're in League 2. We wouldn't have the scouting budget to scout abroad, as it were, let alone to actually sign someone from a foreign country. So I'm going to stick to domestic options for now. I'm waiting on scout reports on most, but they will come in the course of today's episode. A couple of them actually running out of contracts, so I'm going to have to, if I want to get a loan or a signing deal done, I'm going to have to do it before January the 1st. Otherwise, it won't let me buy them in January. It will only let me sign them on a pre-contract. So we're looking at Jack Tucker still on my shortlist. Financially, a loan would be preferable. I could have, I'll show you my finances later, but I could probably have about, if we get all of the money from Taft's sale into the budget, about 600,000 or 700,000 to spend, but it's really not going to be enough for anyone that's worthwhile. We've Liam Edwards on the shortlist from Bolton, Ruben Collins, who I had on loan at Maidstone in an FM save on stream and was very good actually. We've Jack Fitzwater, Nathan Collins, Luka Ratic, Pascal Strauch, who we didn't use at all at Leeds when we were there. Borkovic is on the loan list in game. He's one of the two players I have from outside of the UK. Borkovic and Christian Dirks Rees as well. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I apologise. If there are any Danes, then please let me know in the comment section how to pronounce that in Danish correctly. Spell it out phonetically for me in the chat or in the comments if you could. We've Rob Dickey, although I believe he's first team at Oxford. Musinho, who's 33 but would only be needed for the rest of this season, so maybe that's an option. There's Zek Medley, Max Kilman, Paul Kalambayi, and Taylor Harwood-Bellis from City alongside Alfie Kilgore at Bristol Rovers. They're the options I have on my shortlist as we stand right now. I do have a number of players currently being scouted with regards to their contracts expiring, but I currently don't have the ability to scout any of them. I'm going to have to use SoFIFA and check their overalls, or maybe scout them throughout January and then maybe sign a pre-contract on the last day of January. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. But today we have a busy month. We start with Plymouth at home, which will sim. Then we've Leyton Orient away in the FA Cup, which I'll play to try and get some more money in for next season. Cheltenham away, followed by Orient at home. Then Swindon away and Morecambe at home. So I'm probably going to play Orient, Cheltenham and Swindon and sim Plymouth, Orient and Morecambe. That's the way we'll do the month of December. So moving forward, hopefully we can get ourselves closer to the playoffs today. We were in good form yesterday, but not great form, unfortunately. Missing out on a point against Carlisle in frustrating circumstances, or just in a frustrating game more so than anything else. But let's see what we can do against Plymouth. Hopefully we can get something positive from this. We did win a home sim game at the beginning of yesterday's episode against Crawley, who were second in the league at the time. I think a third in the league now. Adeboyejo gives us a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes. We might be getting a win in our first game of today's episode as well. At least we're carrying it into the second half. Andy Dallas is on for Paul Mullin just after half-time. Hannon has gotten himself sent off. That could cost us. With 10 minutes to go, it's still 1-0. And Delev adds the second. We are going to get a 2-0 win with 10 men against Plymouth. Thank you very much. Feel you could have done better. You did really well, mate. You got yourself the winning one of the two goals. We got a transfer off for Liam O'Neill, who hasn't played much for me, but I'm going to need that. Why is... LOL. Liam O'Neill has the face of Claudio Ranieri. What has happened there? Liam O'Neill has the face of Claudio Ranieri. You can see bottom left what he's supposed to look like. But he has the... Oh my god. Claudio Ranieri signed as a central midfielder for Cambridge United. Unbelievable. That I don't think I've ever seen that happen before. Wow. I didn't expect that to start the day. Unfortunately, we have Leyton Orient on the Friday, not the Saturday. Taft has been sold to Norrköping. I will not be making that mistake again. So we will be playing with this team, but we are going to have to quite heavily rotate. It'll be Harry Darling that comes in to the starting lineup. But once we sell Taft, he's not going to go till January, of course. Darling will step up. Although we do have Makeka, who I said I could use at centre-back. He's only 5'9", but I could use him at centre-back. It would mean that I'd have a 5'9" and a 5'10" centre-back, though. So it wouldn't put us in the best of positions. Right, I'm actually going to start Ranieri in the midfield, and we'll see how well he does for us. Hannon is suspended now, but Delev, he's not fit either. Let's put Knowles into the starting lineup for Davies. Am I doing this on the right screen? Yeah, I was just making sure these weren't permanent changes. Put Nibs up top and Sam Smith up top, because he's been pretty decent when we've used him previously. Darling can come in for Taft. Noyle will come out for Coker, who will get his first game. And actually, no, I'm gonna start Harrison Dunk on the wing, and we'll give Norville Williams a game, because he hasn't played for me yet, and he's been itching to, and I haven't given him the opportunity. Right, that's how we'll line up for this week. It's a bit of a botched setup, but hopefully we can still get ourselves a positive result in the FA Cup. But it's not going to be easy with the situation we find ourselves in right now. Buzaroo in goal for them. No Josh Coulson involved, former Cambridge United player who plays for Leyton Orient. They're playing a 4-1-4-1 by the looks of things, or a 4-5-1. Defensive setup from them. Not sure how strong their starting lineup is for this game. Mine, as you know now, isn't the strongest, but hopefully we can fight hard. And we could really do without a replay, though. We really could do without a replay. I don't understand why Liam O'Neill looks like Claudio Ranieri. That's ridiculous. Even in-game, look at him running around with his minimal silver hair. If that's going to continue, I might just have to sell him and replace him, because that would just be a distraction more so than anything else. Nice tackle by Greg Taylor, and we've worked it away. Smith around the corner. We'll try and play Nibs through, but unfortunately Ogie has made a good interception. 10 minutes in, Orient the more positive. But if we can get them on the counter-attack, then maybe, just maybe. Cisse. Nicely to Maguire. Oh, big arm from Dimi Mitov. That's a great save. Really pleased with that. That's a very good stop. Also pleased to see the Cambridge United kit, goalkeeper-wise, in-game, actually. Ordinarily, they just play in a bog-standard pink goalkeeper kit. It's really nice to see the actual full keeper kit. And obviously, moving forward, I've mentioned that I am looking to have multiple new kits for us over the course of this save. Oh, Dunk, no, couldn't quite get away. He's in behind here, Brophy. Liam O'Neill is trying desperately to catch him up. Oh, it's a brilliant cross. Thankfully, Norville Williams is back there to get the interception in. That was brilliantly done by the defender. Maris forward there into Nibs. Good heavy first touch to get away from the defender, and a decent pass to get that to Dunk. Liam O'Neill is there. He's spun well. Maris across to Reggie Lamb. Through there is Sam Smith. Running off me will be, oh, Harvey Nibs. What an important interception that was. Nibs would have been clean through one-on-one. I can't believe it. We're getting so close to having these goal-scoring opportunities. Just can't quite find the right pass at the right time without getting a mad interception. Smith, terrible first touch, but at least he's able to recover possession. I could get him back in again here, Sam Smith. Heavy touch, shot blocked. Will we take a corner? We will. And we score on the brink of half-time. Again, we've had a habit of doing that recently, mainly through Andy Dallas. Keeper's punch, but it's not away well. But they will smuggle it towards their halfway line. Can I get to that? Reggie Lamb nicely around the corner to Sam Smith, but again, his touch lets him down. It's going to be 0-0 at half-time here in the FA Cup. I really don't want to replay. If we do have an extra replay, I might split this month into 2 episodes, because 7 games in December is just too many to sim, I think. It's borderline with 6. Coker down the line to Dunk. Into O'Neill. I'll still call him O'Neill, I think. Nibs. Looking for Sam Smith. Oh, he's powered his way through. Should I have laid it across? I was worried about the offside, to be honest, with Nibs. I was so lucky. I was genuinely concerned that Nibs might have just drifted offside. That's why I went for the shot instead of playing the pass. Win that header. Greggy T! Up well. Good connection on the ball, but not the finish accuracy that it needed. So close to 1-0 Cambridge. Lamb. Nicely forward to Maris. Through for Nibs. Come on, Harvey. Now's your moment. Now's your moment. Bury it. Yes, Harvey Nibs. We lead. Oh, I needed that more than you know. Lovely through ball, and on many occasions so far this season, he's been in a similar position, Nibs, been outmuscled and lost the chance. He held the man off this time and picks his spot. Away from home in North London, we lead by a goal to 0. I've made 2 changes. I brought Delev on for Norville Williams and moved Dunk back to left back. And I've taken Claudio Ranieri off and brought Samir Carruthers on in midfield. And now we have a lead to defend as well. Oh, come on, boys. Let's get ourselves through to a big money spinning 3rd round tie, shall we? Sweeney over the top looking for Brophy. He will keep that in if his touch is decent, which it is. Coker across to make the block. Making another change. Maguire-Drew will take the corner. It's Keziah Sterling, the Tottenham youngster, that's on. Oh, he's kicked that straight at Sam Smith. I'm just going to look to burst away and then try and use Smith's strength to hold the man off. And actually, he's showing some good pace here. And I'll knock this down the line. Oh, but that's poor. You got a run that's that good and then a pass that's that poor on the end of it. Sums up my attacking efforts so far here at Cambridge. Just not quite had the quality we need on too many occasions, but there's plenty of time to grow. It's just occurred to me as well that for the 2nd episode in a row, I forgot to do the squad report at the end. I'll remember today. Oh, God, I'm so annoyed at myself for keep doing that. I do it all the time as well. I'm like, right, I'll check this at the end of the episode. And I always forget. Right, Sam, come on, Sam. Round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Delev! Oh, that's hit Nibs. It was onside, but it didn't fall kindly for me. Dunk wins that header well. Carruthers wins that header well. And we'll look to get that through the gap. Nibs, good touch. Out of his feet. From the edge of the box. Oh, good save by Vigeroux. That was not bad, actually, from Harvey Nibs there. Now, we nearly scored from the last corner. We haven't done from that one. Carruthers, Taylor. Reggie Lamb out of his feet. That's looping in. It's looping in! Reggie Lamb with a gorgeous finish. We're going through to a money-spinning 3rd round FA Cup tie. Out of his feet and just lifts it over the keeper. That's beautiful. Cambridge 2, Leyton Orient 0. Get involved. Brilliant angle for the replay as well. Weird connection on it, but what movement on the ball. Clay across into Marsh. Here's Wilkinson. Sterling, Maguire-Drew, it's worked inside. It's to be a nervy final minute or so. Thankfully, we just got that 2nd goal, but Orient have worked that well and have themselves a goal back. And if we hadn't scored that 2nd through Reggie Lamb, I'd have been really devastated that we were going to a replay. But we get the win. Through Harvey Nibs and Reggie Lamb, we get the result that we want and evidently that we deserve as well. I've no idea why Liam O'Neill looks like Claudio Ranieri. I just can't explain it to you. I will have to let Pfeiffer know about that. And I'll take a screenshot and maybe use it for the thumbnail as well. Can we win the FA Cup? It's too early to predict that. Jesus Christ, I'm through to the 3rd round. I had no concern when they scored that goal back. There wasn't any time left. And it wasn't easy to play against them, but we did well. Scoring 2 goals for the first time in a little while, it feels like. You still have your place in the squad, McKicker. Don't worry, mate. Suspension over. Luke Hannon is back. I don't think we've kept a clean sheet all season. In a played game, that is. 1-0 to Cardiff. We simmed the Oldham one. 2-1. 1-2-0 against Crawley. That was a sim, though. That was a sim. Conceded, conceded, conceded. That was a sim. Conceded, conceded. That was a sim. Conceded, conceded, conceded. Oh, no. We beat Colchester by a goal to nil. I've had one played clean sheet this season. We came so close there to a clean sheet, but I just can't get them for myself at the minute. We're up to 8th, though, with that win in the first game against Plymouth, and we're only outside the playoffs on goal difference. In fact, we have the exact same goals scored and goals against as Northampton. In fact, more wins too. So surely we should be above them on games won. Not sure what comes next after goal difference and goals scored. We've got a decent break until the next game at least, so we can... which one was it? That one? I just did that one, didn't I? So we will have everybody back at full fitness and back from suspension as well, in Hannah's case too, moving forward. Let's go... Was it... Cheltenham was at home, wasn't it? I was going to sim this one, I'm pretty sure. Oh no, it was away. Okay, so we're playing Orient, play Cheltenham, that's it. Leyton Orient was at home, then we'll play Swindon. Right, Cheltenham coming up next then, away from home. We'll have a quick pre-match press conference to try and boost some morale a little, get a little bit extra out of our players. Our momentum isn't dropping. We are looking like we might genuinely be playoff contenders this season. Whether we'll actually get through or not and finish there is a different matter, but we are genuine playoff contenders and the board are delighted with how things are going for us so far this season. You can tell that from the 84 rating that they're giving us to this point. Right then, away from home against Cheltenham Town. Cheltenham's 11 then. Scott Flinders in goal. Alfie May and Luke Varney up top. Still an experienced and capable goal scorer. Not sure what to expect from the rest of their side. A 5-2-1-2 from them. Defensive, but Northampton did the same and beat me with it. So we'll have to wait and see. Mate. Greggy Taylor at it again. A nice little ball into Jack Rolls. Andy Dallas is with me here. Adebayo is there too. We'll look back for Andy Dallas. What an interception from Ben Tozer. Oh my God. That was certainly 1-0 if that ball finds its way through. Just wait to play the man that made the breaking run there offside. Here's Sean Long forward from right back. Or right wing back, should I say. And win that header, please. Oh, it's not the best of clearances. Can we get to that? No. On the edge of the box, Doyle Hayes. Forward quickly to McGrandles. Broom. Hussey. Give me that. Yes, Leon. Well done. That's where it helps having a right back at right mid or a player that can play in both positions. Come on now. That's such an easy pass to play. They've hit the post and it's hit the keep. And they're shushing me. Really? You're going to shush me after that? Greg Taylor misplaces the pass that was really goddamn easy to play. That hits the post, hits the keeper on the foot and falls straight back to the striker. Luke Varney, I mentioned his goal-scoring ability. But he didn't expect to have that sort of luck in front of goal. Jesus Christ. Sometimes I wonder what I've got to do to get luck in this game. It was an easy pass from Taylor forward there. There was so much room to play that into to ensure that it got to the man wearing amber, not red and white stripes. Dunk. Oh, he's given that away as well. Ugh! More passing training needed, it seems. Taft with a free kick into Davies. Through that gap, please. Oh, Jack Rolls takes that in his stride. Well, he's got Andy Dallas around the corner. But Dallas doesn't have the finish. Really good opportunity. Should I have gone near post is what my brain is telling me now. Trying to pull it across goal, but just don't have the players with the finishing stats to be able to pull that sort of goal off, I don't suppose. In here to Adebayo. I've got support arriving. Rolls can get that to Maris. But he can't get it to Maris. He could have got it to Maris with a simple ball across there. Of course, my players don't have the ability to do that right now. Oh, I'm struggling in this one, lads. My build-up play has not been good enough. Not even close to it. Reggie Lamb. Cross here to Maris. Rolls is with me. through that gap. He's Adebayo. And Rolls has gone again. Oh, it's George Maris in possession, no. And well blocked by Ben Tozer, who's having a hell of a game for Cheltenham in the defence. May's going off for them. I'm not going to make any changes of my own yet. Jack Rolls into Maris. Edge of the box. Comfortable enough for Flinders. Not far enough into the corner. Here's Varney. Nice tackle by Taft. Really well done. Maris forward. And Reggie Lamb is outside. And he's got the legs. Come on, Reggie. Have we got the cross though? Probably not on his left, but on his right, potentially. Oh! What a delivery. What a connection anywhere but there. And it's 1-1. Unbelievable. He's done brilliantly against the defender there. Adebayo. Back to Dallas. There's Rolls. Maris is here. No, it was meant for... No, Rolls again. Still... Dallas, out of your feet, mate. No. Oh, God. I can't get this equaliser for love nor money. Forward to Nichols. It's a loose pass, but fortunately for them, it will fall to a Cheltenham man. Here's Reed. That's well worked. He's onside here, Nichols. Cheltenham are going to get the win. Cheltenham are going to get the win. The first goal had so much fluke about it, but that one... It's just a near post FIFA 20 OP goal. But we will score as many of those as we concede, so I can't really complain. What that was from Stuart Dallas. Never mind. Stuart Dallas, Andy Dallas. Oh, dearie me. It's going to be a defeat. It's going to be a defeat away from home against Cheltenham, unfortunately. Adebayo had a couple of good efforts. Andy Dallas had one here and there as well. But we didn't have the fortune in front of goal that evidently was in their favour earlier on in this game. Not to be for us today. Not on this occasion anyway. They're going to lose by at least 2-0. It might even be 3 if they get this through. Taft will get rid of that. Oh my God. McGrandles with the interception. Nichols, it still could be 3. Reed out wide to Long. We lost last time we played a 5 at the back team, and we're going to lose this time we play a 5 at the back team. 2-0 to Cheltenham away from home, and our chance to get into the playoffs outright has been lost, unfortunately. Thankfully, it's a long season, and there'll be plenty of opportunities to try again, which we shall do in the next game, which was Leyton Orient again, actually, I think, wasn't it? In a simmed one, and then we'll play Swindon on Boxing Day. Ups and downs in a season. He had a good-headed chance. Was a tough match. The blame was mine. I'll take the blame. I'll take the blame. Might not have been on that occasion, but a lot of the time it is my fault that we lose a game. I guess if I hadn't tried to play the risky pass with Greg Taylor, then we wouldn't have lost possession. That's fine, Dominic. Oh, he's not actually played for me yet. We're down in 11th again now. Oh, dearie me. Come on, Jess. Come on. Let's see some finishing growth, please. Nibs with a finishing up to 62. His finishing actually is up to 63, in fact. His finishing is better than Andy Dallas's, but it's not felt like that when playing with Nibs. Orient Sim, we've had a game rescheduled. What's that for? As in January, we've had 2 games rescheduled. FA Cup prize money, because of the prize money. Risk of losing a player, Daniel Jones. I mean, I might as well offer him a contract to ensure he doesn't leave for free. I'd rather not lose a player for free if I can avoid it. Yeah, games. Oh, Jesus, wet. Manchester City in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. So we're going out of the FA Cup in January. My God. Leyton Orient at home to come next. Let me go and offer a contract, though, to Jones, just to ensure that we don't lose him. What is he currently on? I need to check that first. He's currently on 1900. I'll offer him 1900 then. He should accept that. No, I can't do a 1 year because that doesn't actually add a year onto it, does it? Because FIFA's stupid. Important. Rotation at best, mate. Accept that. Fine, important, whatever. You're not going to bloody play. Still on the transfer list, aren't you, mate? 3 years. He'll ask for 1. We'll negotiate 2. I didn't want to offer 2 initially in case he rejected that, and then I had to go back and offer him at 3, which he obviously wouldn't have accepted anyway. No release clause is fine. Not going to be adding any release clauses to anyone's contracts from now. Salary, what did I offer him before? I offered him what he's already on. £1,900 and a signing bonus of £5,000. Sign it. Let's get this over and done with. Thank you. Right, Leyton Orient at home then, coming up next. When's the Swindon game? Is it midweek? It is. We'll sim with the higher rated team then. Right. It seemed, I think, either the beginning of this episode or the beginning of the last episode with the actual, my played team, not my simmed team, and we actually got a victory. They've equalised after Adebayo gave us a 1-0 lead after 3 minutes. 12 minutes in, Davies picked up a knock, which is not going to do me any favours whatsoever. Thankfully, we do have Delev to come on, and Jack Rolls has scored us a goal to give us a 2-1 lead, but Orient equalise again through Happer. It's going to be a 2-2 draw. I'd rather have won the FA Cup game and drawn that than vice versa, to be fair. Player injured. How long is he out for? 6 weeks, Leon Davis. No. Oh, just as he's starting to make some good growth as well. Leon Davis out. Ay. Delev into that lineup. We'll put... balls. He's going to have to come out of this team as well. Delev will go in because he's probably my best option in that spot now. God damn it. What can you do sometimes? Have we had any of those scout reports back? Some, but not all. Okay. We'll give it... It said 24 days for the majority of them, so I'm presuming I'll get the scout reports back just before we head into January. Hopefully they'll come in just in time so that we can make an educated decision. And obviously I want to try and... If there's someone that's contract's running out, but I want to loan or buy, then we need to get that done before we head into January. Right. Let's go and play Swindon away from home. They are right next to us in the league. This could be a big game for us if we get the win. Swindon look familiar to the same 11 that we played last time we played them. Bender in goal, Caddis at right back, Doyle up top, Isgrove on the right. Genuinely can't remember what happened last time we played Swindon or what the scoreline was. But we are in a situation where they're right next to us in the league, so they're clearly about the same level of ability as us. It's going to be a case of who wants it more here today. Who is going to want it more? Well, on that evidence, them. 4 minutes in, we're 1-0 down. I haven't even touched the ball yet. I haven't even touched the ball yet, and we're 1-0 down. Corner, Swindon. Doty to take it. Oh, Greg Taylor away. Reggie Lamb trying to get it down on the edge of the box, but can't. Grant to Anderson. It's floating. Thankfully, not at a pace that is going to stop Mitov getting to it. Noyle. Support inside. Delev should be down the line, and is. Nice touch and turn from him. It's a shame to see his rating drop from 66 to 65 in this season, because he's played a decent amount of football. Dallas. Cross there to Adebayo. He's in the hunt for the Golden Boot this season. Top goal scorer in the league has 12. He and Adebayo has 9. So he's only 3 goals away. Delev back to Noyle here. Being very patient in our build-up. Jack rolls. Drops the shoulder. Plays the pass. Adebayo is there. Good footwork. Oh, it's a heavy pass looking for Dallas. Accelerate away just to work some space. It's Jack. Oh, it's Maris, not Rolls. There's Rolls. Adebayo's through that gap if I can find him. He spun well. Adebayo, 1-1. Lovely finish. We'll go and celebrate. Oh, I wanted to run around the back of the goal and go and celebrate with the Cambridge fans. Never mind. 22 minutes played. This is a real contest. Dallas. Rolls. Nice run by Delev. Drops the shoulder. Still going, Delev. Rolls is there. Spins well. Jack Rolls, no! Can't get his shot off cleanly. Is that being given as a goal kick as well? Oh, God. I cannot click with Jack Rolls. I was desperate to, as he's one of Cambridge's best players in real life. Obviously, he's only on loan from Tottenham. And there was a lot of call prior to the series to have him be a mainstay throughout and get him back permanently. Of the two loanees in my starting lineup, it's definitely Adebayo that is going to be the one that I look to sign permanently over Jack Rolls. I could try and sign both, and I might still try and sign both, but at the minute, Adebayo is my priority for a returning loanee. Grant might get this back into the middle. Here's Hunt into Anderson. Hunt to Chayasimi. Good delivery. Oh, it's flicked on by Taylor, but not away. And Isgrove's shot, I guess, was poor. Oh, Doty gets to that first as well. This has been a really hotly contested game. But could see Swindon go 2-1 up here, and does see Swindon go 2-1 up here. Owen Doyle grabs another, and they're in front again 5 minutes before half-time. So they see me with a throwback. Big second half needed here. Plymouth have equalised against Cheltenham, something that we couldn't do. Doyle, who was on a hat-trick, and now has it. Shouldn't have played the first pass to play the 1-2, but he got it back again, which threw me. When he played that pass back, I thought, all right, well, the man he's just passed it to is going to be the one to have the shot. Lovely ball into him here. And when he played that 1-2, it threw me, and then I didn't expect the second pass. A hat-trick for Owen Doyle. One of the best individual goal-scoring performances against us in this entire save so far. Oh, not what we needed at this moment in time. But it's going to be back-to-back defeats unless we have the most outrageous second half of our time at Cambridge to this point. Adebayo is going to find Reggie Lamb. Can I find a teammate? Adebayo is there again. And Maris. Rolls is there if I can get it to him. And then Andy Dallas. Oh, I've just run straight into a defender. 10 minutes into the second half. We are 2 goals down now. That's not going to fall for me, is it? 2 goals down now. And I think out of it here, unfortunately. Yates. Oh, it's a big switch. And the right-hand side of my defence is entirely open. So I see me into Doty. It's going to be the biggest defeat we've had all season. It's 4-1 to Swindon, and they just won't stop scoring. I don't know where my defensive shape was there. Not where it needed to be is the least we know. Dunk to Maris. I mean, I still felt like I could have gotten something at 3-1. I still felt half confident of being able to maybe get myself back in this, but no. It's not happening now, is it? I'm not scoring 3 goals in 15 minutes when it's taken me 75 to score 1. Give that to Maris. Reggie Lamb itching to get in behind again. Ever the willing runner, Reggie Lamb. Through there to Nibs. Through there to Dallas. Could go back to Nibs. Oh, the defender let me turn. I didn't expect him to allow me to turn and stand off me there. I committed to playing the pass. Oh, and we had the opportunity to just shoot there. It just wouldn't quite register in my mind quickly enough that I had the time and space to do so. Carruthers, make a run for me, please, Andy. Rolls is arriving. Out wide, looking for Reggie Lamb. It's given away. This side, we said at the beginning of the season, to be fair, that this side wasn't good enough to challenge for promotion, let alone go up. We might yet still challenge for a playoff spot, but it's going to be a tough ask. They could yet end it with 5. Oh, and they will. Swindon deadly in front of goal in this game. I don't know where this performance has come from them, but it's been disgusting in front of goal for them. Feels like almost every single shot they've had on target has flown into the back of the net, and with some accuracy too. Swindon 5, Cambridge United 1. On Boxing Day, Merry Christmas, lads. Merry Christmas indeed. Owen Doyle in his lovely bright red full tracksuit picks up the match ball, and he deserved it. They deserved it. Oh, I've not had a drubbing like that in a very long time. Well and truly battered by Swindon. His priorities are elsewhere. He's still our player. I'll say he's still our player. He's on loan, so it doesn't matter, does it? Fair to say it was a tough match. Where do I think we went wrong? I know exactly where we went wrong. They were bloody incredible. I'm surprised it ended like this. We learned a hard lesson. We're not in the best shape. We're not in the best form right now, actually. We aren't in the best shape. It's Morecambe in the final game of the episode. We shall sim that and then have a look at those scout reports and sign a centre-back, hopefully. Please, lads, let's not have 3 defeats in a row. Please. Jordan Slew up top for them. Jordan Slew scores! Oh, God. Former Cambridge United player. Come back to the Abbey to haunt us. Hannon gets a yellow card. Taft picks up an injury. Well, I mean, this is his last game for the club. He's leaving me in 4 days' time. So that's actually unfortunate for his new club, especially if it's a long-term injury. We are going to lose to Morecambe as well. Oh, God, not the end to the calendar year we were after. 7 days. So he'll arrive injured at his new club, but he won't be out for long. Oh, Jesus Christ. Right, let's have a look at those centre-back options. Who can we consider buying or loaning? Oh, I should have the scout reports back. How are the scout reports not back yet? It said 24 days. It's been so much less than 24 days. Or at least know how much they cost. At least know how much they cost. I can't afford... Oh, I could maybe afford Musinho. How much money have I got? 415,000. Oh, it's not enough. Not enough to buy anyway. I'm going to have to rely on a loan. But I can't go any further than the 31st of December. I scouted those players before I entered December. And it said 24 days. What a lie. What useless scouts we have. Ah, Christ. Right, so we know Borkovic is on the loan list. We know Reese is on the loan list. It doesn't look that good. Right, Jack Tucker. He's grown at Gillingham. I'm almost certain they won't let me loan him. No, so he's not an option. Liam Edwards. Oh, he doesn't look that good. £750 a week. Ruben Collins looks decent physically, but not that good technically. I need better, really. I wonder. Ruben Collins does have decent potential, though. Jack Fitzwater could be a good loanee option. Well, hopefully Westbrook. I don't imagine they're playing him. Hopefully they might let me have him. Nathan Collins looks decent too. I don't suppose Stoke would be playing him either. Luka Ratic, okay. Pascal Stroke, okay. Borkovic looks like the better option of the two. Dickey, I imagine he's playing first team football for Oxford, so I don't think they'd let me loan him at all. Musinho, I could loan or maybe try and buy. Medley, Kilman looks decent. Kalambayi looks decent too. Howard Bellis, okay. Kilgore, I don't even know anything about Kilgore. Let's try and loan initially Fitzwater, I think. He's the one that... He's not that good in the tackle though. Let's try Nathan Collins. I can try and loan Nathan Collins. Okay, let's see if we can get this guy in on loan from Stoke. Short term, so a 6-month loan, please. Happy to let him go short term. I mean, I can afford that, so I'm going to accept it. There's no point arguing over a couple of £100. Hopefully, it's not even guaranteed that he'll accept that. Well, we know for a fact that I can't afford to buy anyone, so I'm not actually going to have to try and get the deal done in January. So it's not as important. We can go into January and then make the signing tomorrow. Dallas says he's been in pretty good form, and you are going to play, to be fair. I'll say there are bigger games ahead, though, just to ensure that we keep his expectations managed. Mullin contract situation. He's on loan! He's not my player! It doesn't matter about his contract. What are you talking about? Monthly scout update. CDM. He's 5'8". He can't play at centre back, and he's not that good. He's only 14. I'll say no to you. Sorry, Lewis. Say no to you. And he's not going to be good enough. He might be good enough. He might be good enough. I won't sign him yet. We'll give him another month just to make sure that he's going to be half decent. Oh, I can call up Alex Conceição now. His potential window, though, has dropped from 70 to 82 now. Was it 85 when we first got the report back? These are his potential stats. Obviously, he could improve yet further with dynamic potential. Physically, Elliot Griffiths looks okay. I'm not going to call him up yet, though. I do need to add an extra training regime in for players like him, though. We do have a very busy month in January. I think I might split January into two. We'll play Mansfield and Manchester City, and then sim Exeter and play Stevenage. And then at the end of January, we'll split January into two because there's 7 games there. I don't want to sim 4 games. Well, tomorrow then, we shall hopefully get a transfer. Right, do the squad report test. Oh, I just remembered at the last minute, didn't I? Let's have a look and see how everybody's doing so far this season then. Dimi Mitov, up 2 to 60 rated. Good growth from him, really pleased. Burton's up 1 as well, which is good. Dimi is being trained, key to remember, as is Burton now. Then Coca only on loan. Barely played for me, not a problem. Jones is my oldest player, I think, at 33. Starting to slightly decline, but not massively, actually. Norval Williams is up 2, so he's showing some signs of improvement, but he's still nowhere near good enough at this stage. Harrison Dunk, no decline in his stats, crucially. Actually, a little bit, technically, a little bit. But still good enough to hold down that first team spot. Greg Taylor, please don't let your stats decline. He's actually getting better, Greg Taylor. Good. Harry Darling is up 2, and we are going to need him to improve because he is now going to start alongside Greg Taylor as my only other centre-back. Leon Davis is growing nicely, up 2 to 60, but out injured for another few weeks. Kyle Noyle up 1 to 63. He's growing nicely. Makeka, no change in his stats. I am going to have to utilise him at centre-back for the time being. I could play Liam O'Neill there, who's a little bit taller, or, you know, Claudio Ranieri. Let me screenshot that. Oh, Jesus. Make sure I get him when he's looking at me. Claudio Ranieri, Cambridge United, CDM. Reggie Lamb, a little bit of decline from him, but not too much. He's got 1 goal so far this season, but he's been a decent performer. Luke Hannon, a little bit of growth from him. Samir Carruthers, a little bit of growth from him too. Maris up 2, which is good news. Don Brown up 3. 4-star skills for him too. He might be on the fringes of the first team sooner than we thought. Paul Lewis is up 1, but not much, and Don Brown is going to be the go-to over Paul Lewis now. Alex Conceição, 3-star skills, 4-star weak foot. He's looking okay. He's looking at 67 short pass, 66 free kick accuracy. He looks okay, and can play it at centre forward as well, and at centre mid. Finishing's only 55 though. He's not physically set for a striker, or really a cam. Okay, centre mid. Oh, hopefully he continues to improve. Jack Rolls is up 1. 1 goal and 4 assists for him so far this season. I don't know whether to try and buy him back or not. I genuinely don't. I'll gauge your guys' feedback on that. Tom Knowles is up 2 to 54. He's going to need to continue to improve technically if he's going to stand a chance of having anything to do with the latter seasons. 5-star weak foot for Spazdello, of course. He's slightly declining, but 3 goals and 2 assists in 16 games is good from him. Paul Mullin, declining, actually no, growing slightly at 25. Only the 1 goal in 10 games. Adeboye Ajo, up 1 to 62. I am certainly interested in bringing him back to the club permanently. 10 goals in 19 games, easily our best player. Andy Dallas up 1, needing to see continued growth from him. 4 goals in 18 games from him. He is only 20 though. Sam Bennett up 1 to 52. Ben Warman up 1 to 49, but pretty diabolical technically. Harvey Nibbs up 3 to 60. Keen to see him continue to grow. Keen to see him continue to grow. 3 goals and 3 assists in 13 games. Sam Smith up 2 to 61, but he of course is a loanee. And Jabbo is actually probably going to retire at the end of this season. It will let me add him to the transfer list. I might try and raise some extra funds if I can sell Jabbo. I'm sorry, mate. But at 36 and 58 rated, you're not in my immediate concern. I can't offer him a new contract, so I don't know what would happen there. He's retiring at the end of the season. No one's going to buy him, are they? We live in hope that someone does something stupid, but we're going to be really, really poor stamina-wise moving into this next game against Mansfield, but we just have to deal with it at the minute. We just have to deal with it. We're 15th in the league table now. We've really dropped. Still keeping in touch with the playoffs, though. Only 5 points off them. But we are going to need to be better than we were in the latter stages of today's episode. It's a busy period for us here at Cambridge United, and so far we haven't necessarily risen to the challenge. Hopefully we can get a new player or two in on loan, though, in January, and a pre-contract if possible. We shall wait and see. I'll see you tomorrow.